Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia and I'm currently a pre-nursing major. I don't hope to apply to my nursing program until the fall of 2018, and I'm going to be applying to 2 different schools in my area. So basically what today's video is going to be about is basically the difference between the 2 schools that I'm applying to, what they both require, basically like all the classes that they require, what do they expect. Basically in my area they literally look at all your classes and your entrance exam. The entrance exams here in my area are really important because you literally have to get a really good score because that is part of your application. So first I'm going to be starting off with my state college in my area. I'm currently taking a class at the state college, so I'm just going to be like literally explaining to you guys everything that they require for this school. So for this school, it's 2-year program, basically a 4-year since this is a bachelor program, and 2 years you're in the program of nursing, and we do have summers off. They do offer part-time, full-time tracks and a summer track, which is basically a 15-month fast track course. They look at basically like your overall GPA of everything and your entrance exam. So basically for this college, we all of our grades have to be above a C. They have to be higher than a C. And we have to have a 3.25 prior to applying to this school. So when it comes to taking AP1, AP2, and microbiology, we are only allowed to take those classes twice. No matter if we audit, withdraw, or like we end up dropping out of the class, whatever reason happens, we end up with a D or an F, they still count that. So we only have 2 attempts to take those classes, and we have, if we take them twice and we're not happy with the grade we got, then we are not allowed to apply to the program until 7 years later. So that's basically like, now for the classes, they do require us to take 2 English classes, which is basically a composition 1 and composition 2. And they also require a college and career success class, which is basically a freshman class that all freshmen take once you go into college, and basically gives you like a rundown of like all the degrees and what they offer and stuff. I did not have to take this class. I didn't end up taking it because my major was literally all over the place and my advisors never told me to take it, which I found weird. Like, I felt like it would have helped me. So if you're a freshman in college or sophomore, I would recommend for you to take the college and your school's college and career success class. Also, we have to take a core math. For that state college, they require a elementary college algebra course or a advanced college algebra course. So we have to have a math, and math courses are 3 credits. Then we have to take a fine arts, which is basically like any art class, basically anything that has to do with fine arts. I think also dance is accepted. And we have to take a cultural diversity class, which has to do with anthropology, women's studies, I'm trying to look here, history class, a psychology. We also have to take a social science, which is psychology or anthropology. They also require a communications class in my area, which is like an intro to speech communication class, and it's 3 credits. I would recommend for like if you're a freshman student to take this class. I took this class in my first semester of college. I was literally scared because it was a communications class, and like I suck at public speaking. Like, I do not like presenting in class at all because I get like really nervous and I stutter and stuff. So I took this class, and the professor that I took was really nice, and he told me that I had improved a lot, because I guess like I was really shy when I first started my first presentation, and then like by the end of the semester I ended up not being that shy. I was like more like I knew what to talk about and stuff, and I ended up the class with an A, which I was like literally surprised, because I was like, an intro to speech class, I probably end up getting with B or C or whatever, because I don't think I'm good at that class, but I ended up with an A and I was really happy with that. So then we also have to take a humanities course, which is basically like in history class, a English literature class, and a foreign language class. So either of those would count for a humanities course, and it's 3 credits. So now basically like to the requirements for nursing, we had to take this fundamentals of life science class, which is basically like the first science course that we had to take in order for us to move on to AMP1, AMP2, microbiology, or chemistry. So this fundamentals of life science class is 4 credits. So I feel like when it comes to this class, if you do have to take like a fundamentals of life science class before you take your AMP1 and AMP2, I would recommend to do your best to get tutoring and literally take your time when it comes to these college courses. Make sure you really get a good professor, because I feel like that's what really counts when it comes to taking your biologies and chemistry courses. So now to chemistry, we do have to take a chemistry course, which is a chemistry for health sciences, which is basically like inorganic, organic, and biochemistry, and it's 4 credits. So for this semester, I took it at my state college because they didn't offer it at my community college. They did offer it, but the professor that teaches it there got a really low rate, and I did not want to fail my chemistry, so I ended up having to take it at my state college. And right now, for this, I think this is like their last semester, they're doing it lab and lecture, which I think is really good, because you learn in lecture, you basically know what to expect in lab, and like basically like I feel like it helps a lot when it comes to stuff like that. And then we also have to take a general physiology course, which is 3 credits, and then we have to take a physiology intro to statistical methods class, so basically a statistics class, and basically it's a prerequisite for physiology 1. So you have to take physiology 1 first before you take your statistics class. So I ended up taking statistics at my community college, and it went really well. The professor was amazing, like literally was straightforward with the information. She explained it really easy and stuff, and she was really good. For like this class, I would recommend for you guys to take it in person, just because it's math, and I feel like when it comes to the subject of math or biology, you literally have to take those classes in person rather than online. But everybody works differently. Some people that like to take their maths and sciences online. I'm the type of person that likes to take them in person, just because you can interact with the professor just in case you have any questions and stuff, and it's much harder, if that makes sense. So if you're thinking about taking statistics online, make sure that professor gets a really good rate, and you have done like another math class online and you really liked it. But yeah, just keep that in mind for when it comes to like taking statistics and stuff. So now we also have to take an AP1, AP2, and microbiology, and basically those are all 4 credit classes. They all require labs. And then we also have to take a health and wellness across the lifespan class, which is basically like a nutrition class. And I can't take that class because it's a prerequisite for chemistry, and I'm currently taking chemistry. So after I'm done with chemistry, I'll take this health and wellness across the lifespan class. And then we also have to take a medical terminology class, which is basically 2 credits, and I have already taken that class. Thank God. It was literally a nightmare when it comes to this class. I ended up taking it online because they do not offer it in person, which is really not good, because it's like so much information. I feel like medical terminology is so much information for it only being like 2 or 3 credits. I feel like medical terminology should be like a 4 credit class, not a 2 or 3 credit class, just because of like all the information that they're just basically throwing at you, and you have to basically memorize everything and basically know everything. And then the last class that counts for our whole GPA is a pathophysiology class, and we can't take pathophysiology without completing our AP1, AP2, and microbiology. So you have to get those 3 biologies done before you even take pathophysiology. So now for our entrance exam, we had to take the TEAS exam, and we had 2 attempts to take the TEAS exam, and the overall score that we need to pass on the TEAS is a 58.7%, which is really low for like our school, because I know like some other schools that they require an 80% or higher in order for you to apply to nursing school, and ours is 58.7, which is like pretty low in my opinion. So basically, like how they pick us once we submit our application is basically off points. So every biology course that we take, it's counted off as points. So AMP1, AMP2, and microbiology are all based off points. So as how I was telling you guys, we can only take them twice. So your first attempt, if you end up with an A, we get 25 points. With the B, we get 15, and with the C, we get 10. And then if you end up having to retake that class, like any of those 3 classes, for our second attempt, an A, we only get 15, a B, we only get 10, and a C, we only get 5 points for those 3 classes. And then they do also go over your whatever score you get on your TEAS exam. So for example, let's just say I got 80% on my TEAS exam for my overall test score. So 80% will be 80 points that I would get on my application. Yeah, on my application. Like our school is starting to get competitive. Not like really competitive as the other school that I'm going to apply to, but it's starting to get competitive because I feel like it's starting to get known, and a lot of people are starting to apply to the school, and and a lot of people have good grades. So basically that's just basically it for like the whole, just one school, just a state college. So they basically go over your whole entire GPA and your T score, and basically like that's about it for that college. So now for the university, this one is quite different. The university, they do require general education requirements, which is like about 36 credits. And those 36 credits do not count at all when you apply to their program. They only count 26 credits for the nursing requirements. Basically, like the application, what they go off of, if that makes sense. So for this one, the minimum GPA is a 3.0 GPA that you have to have in order to apply to their program for nursing. We have to have a B or higher with 2 attempts in our math class, in our AMP1, AMP2, microbiology. So we have to have a B or higher with a minimum of 2 attempts in those 6 classes for it to count. And for like all the general education requirements, we have to have a C or higher. Yeah. So when it comes to their application process, they do count off on the AMP1. They count your AMP2, your microbiology, the chemistry, and your math, and your this nutrition class that they require. So basically they just go off those 6 classes, and whatever grade you end up with, they give you points. So for your first time you take AMP1 and you end up with the A, you get 3 points. And let's just say you have to retake AMP1 again because you ended up with the C. And you took it again and you end up with 2 points. So basically you only have twice. How I'm telling you guys, for our area, we can only take AMP1, AMP2, and microbiology twice. So basically they go off those points. You either get a 3 or a 2. You either get a 3 or a 2 in those 6 classes, and they basically count off as points. The maximum number of points that we can get for those 6 classes is a 15. And they also go off the GPA, whatever GPA we get in those 6 classes. So let's just say, for example, we got an A in AMP1, so we would have a 4.0. And basically, I don't know how they calculate the GPA and the credit hours with the points. I have no clue how they count that, but they go off of that, and those 6 classes and your grading GPA all go off of 40 points. And that's that. And then also for the entrance exam, they do require the Hesi A&2 test, which basically they go off a score of 45.71 is the maximum score that you can get in the Hesi, and they go off your score of reading comprehension, math, science, and grammar. Basically, that's what they go off of for the entrance exam, but they count it off as points. And that just basically is it for this school, this university. It's like really competitive in my area. It's like one of the top schools in my area that's really competitive, and like if you count like the whole total entire points, you have to have a maximum of 100.71 points is the top points that you can get, while like the lowest score that you can get is 88.00. And for this past fall, the people that ended up getting accepted to this school, they ended up having 92 points something for their average score. So I'm literally trying to get above a 92%. And for basically for the advisor that I spoke to during the summer, she told me to at least get above a 90% on my Hesi score, just because of how competitive that their program is. Like, there's so many people applying, and it's 16 months and it's fast track, so you basically can get the idea stuff of a university and a state college, how they're different in my area. And I do hope to apply to both, just to see which one I end up getting accepted to. And I'm hoping for the fast track program for 15 months at this university. Crossing my fingers that I get accepted to this fast track program, just because I really want to finish school already. So yeah, basically that completes today's video, just so you guys can get basically an idea of what my nursing school requirements are from those two different schools that I'm hoping to apply to in my area, just so you guys can get an idea, because I know every state is different on what they require and stuff. So yeah, so hopefully you guys found this video somewhat helpful, if that makes sense. So if you have any questions regarding your pre-nursing classes, just comment down below and I'll be more than likely to help you guys with anything. And how I study for AMP1, I'm currently taking chemistry at the moment. I do have vlogs. I don't know if you guys have watched them, but watch them, because I'm currently taking chemistry, and that class is literally so draining at the moment. But it will be worth it when I get that A in chemistry, because I do want an A in chemistry. So yeah, so basically that concludes today's video. Hopefully you guys find it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my Instagram. I do post. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.